Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday and I am subbing third grade. I am back in a classroom that I subbed in the beginning of the school year, which was in early September. Once the bell rings, I'm gonna go pick up the students and then we're gonna head off to PE. They have PE for about 15 minutes. They're just gonna run the track, then we're gonna come back into the classroom and start our morning meeting. For our morning meeting, the students have 2 freckle assignments that they have to complete on their Chromebooks. While they're doing that, I am going to be taking attendance, lunch count, and we're going to do the flag salute. Then they're going to be answering the question of the day in their journals and in Google Classroom. And I'm just deciding which question I'm going to choose for them to answer. The first one is describe your favorite food. The second one is tell a story about a pet or describe a pet you wish you could have. So I'm going to try to see which one they would prefer to write about. So that is the bell. I'm gonna head out and pick up the students. It is recess right now. I just walked the students to the yard, and after recess we are gonna start on math. For math, we're gonna be going over how to subtract 4-digit numbers. This is what we're gonna be doing as a class. After math, the students are going to be working on their must-dos or may-dos. So if they didn't get to finish the morning of the day question assignment, they're going to work on that. Then they're going to read for 20 minutes, take an AR test, and then do a circle map about the story they read. Then they can move on to their may-dos. It is recess right now. I didn't get to really vlog during lunch just because I had some things to do. But after math, we moved on to ELA, and for ELA, we learned about Native Californians and how the land was used. So we took notes on what we read. After our reading, it was lunch, and after lunch, the students had a journal prompt that they had to respond to in their journal. And they had to enter what is the most recent thing that you did that made you happy and explain why. And after that, it was time for ELD, so the students switched. I got a new set of students. And during ELD, I read the story Carla Sandwich. They love that story. Then in their ELD journal, they wrote about their favorite part of the story, and then they got to draw a crazy sandwich, kind of like it was in the story. After that, it was recess. After recess, we just have a few more things to do. We did fall behind just because the reading assignment with the notes took a little bit. When the students come back, they're gonna finish their prompt in their journal. Then I will be reading a chapter of Because of Winn-Dixie to them. And we're going to end it with cursive practice. So they're going to be practicing how to write the letters X, Y, and Z in cursive. After that, it is the end of the day. Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, and today I am subbing second grade. When I got into the classroom, the teacher had the lesson plan ready at her desk, along with all the worksheets and the sub binder with important information, which really helps a lot. So when the bell rang, I picked up the students, brought them into the classroom. We started off with the Pledge of Allegiance. I took attendance and we did lunch count. Then we moved on to ELA UA. So for ELA, the students were in centers. For 30 minutes, each group of students were doing a certain activity. After the 30-minute timer rang, we moved on to Math UA, which is centers again. This is a math center list, and each color group has an activity to do. After ELA and math centers, we moved on to PE. So we went outside, the students ran or walked the track for 3 laps. Then we came back into the classroom and moved on to ELA. For ELA, we learned about the story of the first Thanksgiving. I read the story to the students, and then the second time we read it as a class, and the students answered the questions on their own. It is recess right now, and after recess, we are going to be moving on to music. So the students are learning 2 songs. The first one is Mele Kalikimaka, and the second one is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. After we come back from music, we're coming back into the classroom, and they're going to eat their snack. I'm thinking of playing a read out loud while they eat. For snack today, they are having grapes, so I'm thinking of just passing them around right now, so when we come back, everyone already has a snack. They just sit down and I just play the read out loud. This has been one of the best classes that I've subbed this year. The students know the routine, the classroom rules, the expectations, and they are very respectful. I was sick last week, so I only worked 1 day before I got sick, and it was the day right after the holiday. And this week I'm feeling way better. I lost my voice over the weekend, so it's slowly coming back. but I noticed a lot of students are sick in this class. They have a runny nose, they have a cough, and they keep sneezing, so I'm worried I'm gonna get sick again. I'm hoping that I don't, but luckily the teacher has a rule that every time the student leaves the classroom, they get a pump of hand sanitizer when they come back, so that hopefully that helps a little bit. And I'm just giving hand sanitizer as I see them sneeze, cough, or blow their nose. And I'm also using a lot of hand sanitizer as well, just so I won't get sick again. After snack, the students are going to be listening to me reading a chapter from their book, The Boxcar Children. They are in chapter 12. They already started the chapter. So I'm just gonna read, I think it's like 2 pages before we get to the next chapter. It is lunch right now and I just finished my lunch. Their lunch is from 11:35 to 12:30. I don't think I have ever had a lunch this long. I have about 28 minutes left until the bell rings and I have to pick up the students. So the next thing we are gonna do after lunch is ELD. I'm gonna get a new set of students and we're gonna be working on a worksheet. This is the worksheet. We are gonna be reading Thanksgiving Thief. I will be reading it to them once, then we're gonna read it as a class, and then the third time they're gonna read it silently. Then they're gonna be answering the questions, and if we have time, we'll be working on this page as well. After we are done with the ELD worksheet, the students are gonna go back to their class. My students are going to come back and we are going to move on to writing. So the students have been working on writing about turkeys. So they're just going to be adding more to what they have. After that, because it is early out at 1:30, that is pretty much the end of our day. The students are just going to fill out their behavior chart before they leave, and then I would just walk them to the gates, and that will be the end for today. Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday and I am subbing 2nd grade. I am subbing this class today and tomorrow. So because next week is Thanksgiving break, today is late start. Usually late start is the last Thursday of the month, but because next week is a holiday, late start is today. I got here around 7:35 because normally they want us here by 7:45 since school starts at 8. But since it is late start, class does not start until 10. It is 8:30 right now. I have about an hour and a half until the students get here. I already reviewed the lesson plans and looked through all the worksheets that we're going to be doing today, along with reviewing the sub slides because I am going to be here tomorrow and it is late start. I'm just going to look over what we're doing for tomorrow just so I could be prepared. Because tomorrow the kids' school does start at 8 and I get here around 7:30 and I feel like that's not enough time. So I'm gonna just prepare for tomorrow. When the bell rings at 10, I'm gonna go pick up the students. I still don't know where I'm supposed to pick them up because when I subbed at this school, I've subbed 1st grade and they line up right at the door. So I have to go find the line. And then we're gonna come into the classroom. The students are gonna put their backpacks away, their water bottles away. We're gonna start with introducing myself, attendance, lunch count, and the student helper is gonna lead the flag salute and also hold the flag and lead the Pledge of Allegiance. Then we're gonna move on to the carpet for morning circle. During morning circle, I'm gonna go over my expectations of the class. We're gonna go over the classroom rules and the question of the day, which for Thursday, since it is Thankful Thursdays, the question is, what or who are they thankful for this week? So after morning circle, the students are going to go back to their seats and we are going to start off with ELA. I am going to be reading this article about wild turkeys to the students. Then I am going to read the questions and they're going to answer the questions. Then we're moving on to phonics. For phonics, they have a color by code. They have 2 worksheets. The students are going to be coloring the picture based off on the sound. So this one is a pie. This one is a turkey. After we are done with the ELA turkey reading and the phonics color by code worksheets, it is lunchtime, which I think is really quick and really weird. The students are going to be in the classroom for an hour and 5 minutes, then we're heading off to lunch. After lunch, we're moving on to DLD, so this is when I get a new set of students. For DLD, we are doing a what do you rather, so I will be reading the directions to the students. They're gonna be pairing up with a partner and talking about their question. This is option 1, would you rather cook the Thanksgiving meal or clean up the dishes? This is a hard one when I saw the question, so I wanna see what the students would rather choose. This is option 2. Would you rather have 2 days of Thanksgiving or 2 days of Christmas? I personally would have 2 days of Thanksgiving because coming from a Hispanic and Mexican household, I feel like we have 2 days of Christmas, the 24th and 25th. Once COD is over, they're moving on to math. The students have been in school for 70 days. We're gonna move the blocks according to our number of days in school. Then the students are gonna be doing 2 videos, counting by 10s and counting by 5s. Then we're gonna start our worksheet. I am excited for this math worksheet. It looks really fun. The students have a shopping bag and they have to purchase 6 items for a total of $25. So these are their items. They're gonna be cutting and pasting. After math, it is recess. Then it is Math UA. So this is when they are on their Chromebooks working on their May-dos. Once we're done with Math UA, we move on to ELA UA. Similar thing, they're on their Chromebooks and they have a list of May-dos that they can work on. Then it's time to clean up and go home. It's gonna be a pretty fast day. One thing I like to do, especially if I have a lot of time in the morning, I like to look over the worksheets that the teacher assigns because a lot of students tend to have questions and I want to be able to answer all their questions. And when it is like color by code, I like to color it ahead of time. I just like to have the worksheets done and ready for them as an example. I am going to read through the worksheets, start coloring them. I have the crayons, I have the music playing, and all my worksheets are ready, so that is what I'm going to be doing. It is 11:15. The students are out at lunch. I just walked them over to the cafeteria and I am back in the classroom. I was with the students for about an hour and 10 minutes before we headed off to lunch. So all we did was we went over the turkey article, answered the questions, and we moved on to phonics. For phonics, the students colored the worksheets and I had music playing in the background while they colored. The class is such a great class. They know the rules, their expectations. They were not talking, and if a student was talking, the students would just show each other this signal, which means like 0. Your voice level is 0. It is second recess, and right before that, the students were working on their Thanksgiving shopping worksheet, and the class got a little bit loud just because they were talking and discussing with each other and helping each other find 6 items that cost $25 or less than. So it did get a little bit loud in here, but it was them working. I did feel overwhelmed because a lot of students wanted me to check their work before they started gluing them on the paper. So there was like about 10 students waiting for me. I felt a little bit overwhelmed, but we got through it. It's recess right now and I'm just about to eat my snack. I have about 5 minutes until the bell rings, so I'm gonna quickly eat. It is the end of the day. I already walked the students to the gate. Overall, today was a really good day. I will be back tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday and I am back in the classroom that I was at yesterday. I am with 2nd grade again. Today is an early out because next week is Thanksgiving break. So today's gonna go by quickly. Once I pick up the students from the playground, we are gonna start with the flag salute. We have the flag here for the flag salute that the teacher helper holds and leads the Pledge of Allegiance. Then the students sing their school song. After that, the students come to the carpet and we begin morning circle. Today's question is share your favorite part about the week. After every student has shared, the students go over their classroom promises. After we go over the classroom promises, the students go back to their seats. We begin our worksheets for the day. So we are gonna begin with ELA and phonics. We are gonna work on the Thanksgiving plural nouns worksheet as a class. Once we're done with that, we move on to ELA/reading. So I will be reading Turkey Trouble. We're gonna be doing the disguise a turkey activity, and the students will write about the disguise they chose for their turkey. These are some ideas that the students can refer to. Then we're gonna move on to ELA UA. So the students are gonna be on the Chromebook working on their May-dos. It is recess. It is DLD. So for DLD, the students are gonna be writing in their journal about what they see in the picture. Then it is ELA UA, so they're gonna go back to their Chromebooks and work on their May 2s. Then it will be lunch. After lunch, it will be math. For math, we're gonna start off by moving the number of blocks to represent our number of days in school, which is 71. The students are gonna do 2 of these videos, skip count to 120 by 10s and 5s. Then we're gonna move on to the worksheet. This is our worksheet for math. They're just gonna be coloring by number. This is addition and subtraction. After they're done with the coloring page, we're gonna move on to Math UA, so they'll go on their Chromebooks and work on their math May dues. Once we're done with Math UA, we're moving on to writing. For writing, the students are gonna be drawing a cartoon turkey, so they're gonna be following a direct draw. And then it will be time to clean up and go home. It is lunch right now. I wanted to show you guys the turkey in disguise activity that we did. I want to show you guys mine and then the students. So this one was mine. I did Pete the cat. One of the students did a space robot. Another student did Woody. One of them did a Minion. Another student did Ronaldo. Someone else did Hello Kitty, a pizza girl, and a Christmas tree. For recess, the students had apples and there was a lot of apples left over. The students love eating apples with tahini, and they insisted that I try it. There was a lot left, so I do want to try it. Let me add some tahini. They said they're obsessed. This is what it looks like. This side is more coated. That's good. It's a little sour, but it's really good. I didn't get to vlog much just because the day went by really quick, but that is all for today's vlog.